Rawr.
I'm angry about cats.
When did we all get this dumb? Almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear warfare. I don't see any bodies, so it doesn't count.
I'm angry about cats.
I'm the chef. I want to hear one thing. Yes, chef. Come on, man. Use your brain. The Why I'm Angry podcast starts now. All right, it's the Why I'm Angry podcast. We are here now. This is the chef. We're here in the lovely Man Cave studio. I've got Lady D.
Hey, listeners.
I got J Boots.
Yo.
And somehow we left the best for last. We found Honest Abe.
Hey.
We found him. He's been found.
I've been lost.
Been trotting the globe. He's been lost. Lost for an all on his own. He was the smartest of us all. And when most people were dying at 119, he went to Iceland.
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. All right.
Hanging out with weeping waterfalls.
That's right. So, on to the headlines. Moore versus Harper ruling. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected a case yesterday in a 6-3 decision that would have significantly expanded state legislatures' authority to redraw congressional maps and regulate federal elections. And process ruling. The ruling states that judges have the power to override state legislatures. Woo! Smoky air in the Midwest. Man, it has been smoky. Like, it actually got a hold of me today a little bit. Mm-hmm. Basically, we got fires in Canada. No major, volcanoes are giving us this smoke. It's fires. And, they decided this week it's not New York City, it's Chicago with the most unhealthy air quality. And I don't know if you saw this, but Pat Sajak has decided to retire. Not sure that it needed that kind of horn, but Pat Sajak's retiring, and they have announced already, unlike Jeopardy, they decided quick and punctually that Ryan Seacrest is boring enough to be a Pat Sajak replacement. On to sports, painting by Australian artist Gustav. This is sports and entertainment. Gustav Clement sells for $108 million, breaking the record for art sold at auction in Europe. Princess Leia's Star Wars dress expected to fetch $2 million at auction. I bet it goes higher than that. NHL draft is set for tonight at 7. The Women's Tennis Association to secure equal prize money at events featuring both men and women in 2027. We got to plan this out. Science and technology. Researchers discover new coronavirus strains. I mean, if we're creating them, we should be able to know where they're at, right? Scientists use stem cells to recreate human embryonic development in the first few weeks post-fertilization, allowing the study of why some early pregnancies fail and how certain congenital disorders develop. U.S. officials identify malaria infections in Texas and Florida. The first locally transmitted cases in the U.S. in 2 decades. Keep that border open. I'm just joking. Business and markets. The U.S. stock market closed higher today, or yesterday, at up about a point. Lordstown Motors files Chapter 11 bankruptcy, sues contract manufacturers Foxconn, alleging breach of deal, providing additional funding for electric vehicle makers. Then on to political and world affairs. Russian President Vladimir Putin says the government spent $1.1 billion on Wagner Group efforts over the past year. The private mercenary group that the force led a short-lived revolt over the weekend. Former President Donald Trump appears to acknowledge retaining classified military documents in newly released audio recording from 2021. Justice Department watchdog concludes sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein's death was enabled by negligence and misconduct by prison staff. Finds no evidence contradicting FBI determination of death by suicide. So, they're saying Epstein killed himself. And that's our headlines for today. What do you guys think? Anything you guys want to go back over? Crickets.
I didn't take notes.
So the Harper ruling.
Didn't take notes.
Yeah. The Harper ruling to me, Moore versus Harper ruling about the judicial over. I mean, we've seen that in the state of Ohio over the last year or two here. They spent 5 times setting the congressional voting lines, and they kept saying they were too biased in one way or another. And so, that really didn't seem like it affects us in the state of Ohio. I guess North Carolina has not been like that for this whole time. They've just said that the legislature sets it and that's it. But basically, this ruling states that you can the judge can say, no, that's not right. So, the smoky part, it's been smoky. It's crazy. It's kind of foggy the whole day, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm in.
I say, have you?
No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, Seacrest is taking over the Wheel of Fortune. Are we excited?
No.
No.
He's not a game show host to me. He is a reality TV producer.
Yeah. But, I feel like he's always been pretty boring. Even on MTV, he wasn't, the exciting host. He was just, he was there and filled a spot, that kind of thing. He was a good, I guess he was a solid host. But
didn't he take over for Dick Clark and stuff, doing the New Year's Bash and all that stuff?
Yeah. It's Ryan Seacrest, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve or something like that now. Yeah. Or it's Ryan Seacrest hosts Dick Clark's Rockin'. It's you might as well have just taken a 3-page ad out in the newspaper to even put the title on.
Maybe he's just fulfilling one of his bucket lists.
Yeah, that's what
duties, because you would have thought that the Kardashians would have had him set for life, that he didn't even really need to do anything. So this couldn't be a job for him. This got to be a bucket list.
Yeah, I could see that. This is
I mean,
I took over for Dick Clark.
What's his name took over for what's the Price is Right? Was it Drew Carey?
Drew Carey, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not too odd to have somebody transfer over, I guess. But
no, I mean, we are seeing kind of the half golden era of game shows. Is kind of going into transition. I mean, we've seen Drew Carey take over for Bob Barker. We've seen the two hosts taking over for Alex Trebek. There's been a million hosts for the. We'll get to that. There's been a million hosts for the what is it, Family Feud. So I mean, we're seeing so we are seeing kind of the transition of the golden era of TV, of game show hosts, I think. So
he's actually very young too.
Ryan Seacrest?
He's only 48.
No, see, I would have thought he was younger than that.
I'd like to see some of those Japanese folks come over because they have those really intricate game shows over there in Japan.
that you can't understand what they're saying, and
Can we get them to update the game and maybe make it like Extreme Wheel of Fortune?
Right. Maybe somebody yells at you. You have to jump on the wheel. You know,
Yeah.
Wherever you fall off is the amount you get. If you can still say letters after you hit the ground, then you can be part of the Wheel of Fortune.
See,
I like it. I like it. How did I get 4,200 points? How did she lose -7? I don't understand.
It's a good
So
game.
on that same vein, Vanna White is lawyering up because she hasn't received a raise in 18 years.
She need her money.
She only makes $18,000 a year.
No, she just is lawyering up because she hasn't gotten a raise in 18 years. So she makes $3 million a year.
That's it.
I mean, you think about it. Seinfeld made $1 million an episode at the end. I mean, we fought for Vanna White to come back 18 years ago.
She needs more money.
She definitely needs more money.
I'm curious to know how much more she wants. So
probably inflation raises, so she'll be making like $6 million.
like, does she want 20 million? Like,
I don't know. Pat Sajak, he's been making 15 million.
Yeah, I was just looking that up. It said he was making 15 a year. But he had to talk and stuff. Where like Van Light just like went over and acted like she was pushing buttons.
I said yes.
But who do you
seem like
who
a
do you
terrible age
who do you
just to go for like
to touch a screen?
who do you sign in for? Do you sign in to see Pat Sajak go? Oh, it says here on this card that you love puzzles.
right?
And your dad is a ship worker.
All right, it's your turn, Thomas. Would you
All
like to
right.
spin again, or
Buy a vowel. There's some vowels out there. Oh, you've bought all the vowels. See, I could be Pat Sajak.
He's got to be able to keep the conversation going.
I may not be, though, boring enough to be Pat Sajak. That's what I was saying. Ryan Seacrest, I think he's just the level of boring you need to take over the Wheel of Fortune. It says here on this card.
It's kind of wild though. The Wheel of Fortune is like on season 40.
40 years, yeah. Yep. I mean, I only remember I remember the couple seasons that Vanna White wasn't on, and everybody like up in arms about it. But other than that, I only remember Vanna White and Pat Sajak. I don't remember who was before Pat Sajak. I mean, I figure somebody was before Pat Sajak.
I mean, how long? You said she hasn't received a raise in 15 years. Has she been doing it for 15 years?
She hasn't received a raise in 18 years. Let me see if I can see in there. But she's got a lawyer now. She's gotten some bonuses.
She's been there since 1982.
So 41 years. I know that because that was the year I was born. So I could never have seen. See, I told you I could.
So I wonder what her starting wage was.
It was definitely not $3 million.
41 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She worked for tips.
She worked for tips. She was paid $1 a button push. Yeah. She I don't know, but she's hired a high-end attorney, same people that represent Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Gabrielle Union, and Chris Harrison, other TV personalities. So this is their specialty.
So where do you think she should be? or where do you think she'll?
I don't know. It does. It actually. It's funny because all the articles I've seen, none of them say like what she's working, what she wants to get, or if she. I mean, nothing says like. I don't know that there is like a would she be part of like the voiceover people, like what would you say that her job is, like she's a supporting actor or actress, so
they call her co-host. So
okay, then if she's co-hosting, then she should make something around where Pat Sajak was, right? If they consider her as as somewhere in the equal realm, I'm not sure that they can afford it, but
also just a tidbit of information: she is 66. So
we
she
did
all
look
of a
that
sudden
up.
gets big. No, she is 66.
Yeah, no, I said we looked that up.
Oh, okay. If she gets a boost right now, all of a sudden she gets say they settle on 13 mil or something, or 10 mil.
Right.
Age of 66, on top of everything that she's made over her life, she's at retirement age already.
Her social security level. I mean, right now she's probably at getting $1 million, because you get about 30% or 60%, something like that. I don't remember. Yeah. So if she's at 30%, she's getting $1 million. If she's at 60%, she's getting $2 million for the rest of her life when she retires. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, I'm sure her house is paid off, and I could probably figure out a way to live off of $1 million or $2 million a year. Probably.
Yeah, I'd squeeze it out, I think.
Figure it out. Yeah. So I did want to see what you guys thought about this whole Russian attack. So I've seen a few things in the last couple of days. It's been kind of funny that when it first came out, it was that this Wagner group is an elite military force, that the kind of a private military force that Russia uses a lot for, like if they have a tough area or something like that to, so they kind of seem like that they're like the French Foreign Legion to me, one of those groups that you just kind of whatever, that you just say, here's some money and get the job done. And it sounds like later on now that he said that they've almost put $1 billion into this group. But I guess this guy says that he got attacked by Russian soldiers, and he's tired of it. And he made his way he went on the warpath towards the Kremlin. He took over four buildings, or 4 military units in this run, and Putin's like, well, he just got a little ahead of himself. He's not really. He was not that. He wasn't that close to getting to the Kremlin. I'm like, if Putin didn't just straight smash him, this guy had a shot. Like, if Putin gave him a free run to Belarus, he had a shot at getting to the Kremlin, and Putin was worried. If he just was like, oh, all's fair in love and war, just go ahead and run off to Belarus, then and Putin didn't make an example of this guy. This guy's a pretty scary dude. This guy had some pretty scary troops. I just thought it was funny as Russia attacked Russia. Russia got pissed and attacked Russia back. And then Russia said, no, wait, we're sorry. And let Russia be exiled to Belarus.
You have it seems like they have an elite military group that they used for special operations and so forth, and then you disband that and urge them to join the Russian military, or,
right.
or see ya kind of thing,
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. Is this Wagner group was kind of this elite, privately funded, like, this is the fixer. This is the guy you see on the movies that you're like, it's the Danny Glover on Shooter, and he goes, it's solvable. This is the guy.
Right.
So, and
probably not the group that you want to take off.
Right. No.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie. But yeah, probably not the guys you want to mess with, and to me it looks extremely like that these guys had every intention of making it to the Kremlin and showing some people who's boss. He says the leader of the Wagner group, which I'm not even going to try to say his Yevgeny or something like that. He says that he was after the minister of war or minister of military because he's been doing some of this stuff on the backside of things to kind of get us, to get them into more wars or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, they said that the rebellion would avoid prosecution if they went to flee to Belarus.
Did they? So, did they end up capturing most of them or something? Or I didn't.
No. They just literally all of a sudden stopped fighting. There was no like a capture or anything like that. They just made a deal.
So here's the move. They have a conversation with Ukraine about their services because they're valuable now, showing that they can rebel and they know the right moves to make.
Look, we took over 4 units in about 4 hours.
Right.
Russia's been giving us $1 billion a year. What you got?
Right. It was a marketing scheme. That's what it was. Marketing themselves to the right.
That's right.
The right parties, right?
Right. Yeah. So that was kind of my thought on the whole thing, is that they were definitely making a move. So.
To be continued.
Right. So we'll see if they end up in Ukraine, then we know some stuff went down. So, Honest Dave, you got anything for the Odds Honest Truth?
Yeah, I got some interesting ones.
All right.
I got 2 that they're just odd.
All right, let's do this officially then. All right, maybe we'll do it officially. There.
It's the Odds Honest Truth with your host, Honest Dave.
Okay, officially, the Odds Honest Truth is back.
All right. So, apparently, this Irish town gathered 1,100 Dolly Parton impersonators for a record attempt. Yeah, you heard that right.
1,100 Dolly Parton.
Yes,
Is there
Dolly Day in Listowel?
Is there enough silicone in the world?
It's the most odd thing that you would ever expect in Ireland, right? Like
it's in Ireland. Yeah, that wouldn't be Yeah, that wouldn't be where I would have thought. I thought maybe Tennessee,
right,
or something like that. But yeah, definitely Ireland's one of those.
Yep.
So was it a successful attempt, or is it just they're still working on it?
So they're. I guess the Guinness Book of World Records is doing their tally, but I don't know what it's up against. They don't say
What the record was
like
before?
right. They said there was a bunch. They did this back in like 2019 apparently too. Um, what
The same town?
It doesn't say. I was trying to read. I was trying to read if it was like the same town. They do this all the time. There's a couple like cities in the U.S. that do weird stuff like this too, where it's like, it's like
Right.
it's like a Bob Dylan festival or whatever. But
Right. Get to all the Elvises.
right, right. But yeah, the whole Ireland thing here is kind of funny to me. There's pictures and like a video and stuff, and it's all a bunch of like women in like blonde wigs and everything else. Like the most odd thing ever.
All right.
Yeah, they're waiting on an official tally to be able to actually call it the Guinness World Record. Like I just don't. The thing that makes me always so surprised about this stuff is like who organizes this stuff and thinks like, oh yeah, everybody loves Dolly. Let's do it in this town at this time. Let's try to break a record. Like,
I mean, they did a good job because they got $1,100. So
right in Ireland, like
in Ireland, yes.
I don't know. Maybe there's a big following there. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there might be. I mean, she does kind of sound Irish. She sings Celtic, right? That's her genre. We announced like 2-3 weeks ago she's coming out with her first rock album.
Yeah, I did see snippets of that. I'm interested to see how that goes.
It looks like it's a lot of cover songs and like features with other people. So, but yeah, I mean she's vastly like dynamic in genre. She covers the Irish. She's probably got some K-pop. She loves loves doing that that Gangnam Style. Yeah,
right.
She likes that.
It's just so odd to me that she's done really well marketing her career and herself over the years.
Yeah.
Like you have to feel arrived when a company in Ireland or a city in Ireland is like, we're going to do a Dolly Fest and try to break a world record, right?
We're going to break Dolly, right? We're Dollywood. Look out! We're going to break your record.
It kind of makes you bummed, like that Elvis passed a little bit because you're like, now Elvis though, like he'd be so proud of Vegas,
right,
like,
right.
He didn't get his chance,
Right. That's true.
See,
I'm surprised that Dolly's living the dream. She gets to actually see the impersonators.
Right.
Oh man.
So I got on another note. I got another one, very odd. So, pet people. This one's for you. This one makes me feel extremely proud of my dogs and that they're not in this. But
all right.
So apparently, and I didn't know this. Apparently, there is a world's ugliest dog contest.
Oh yeah. That sounds like a pet thing that I should be at,
Well,
I have no pets, but
held in Petaluma, California.
Petaluma. That sounds like the world's headquarters of pets.
Yep. And I guess it's a 50-year-old event. I never really heard about this.
50-year-old.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a long, long time. Yeah. But a dog named Scooter, really ugly. It's a Chinese crested dog with reversed hind legs.
Oh no.
Yes. One world's ugliest dog.
Like, how long does this event go on? Like, how long do they take to figure out the world's ugliest dog? I mean,
It's like, do you think it's like a beauty pageant, but
Yeah,
not
like
so
like
beautiful kind of?
the dog show. I've been watching the Westminster dog shows and stuff like that, and how
It's like the
do
opposite of
they
that.
do they take like 6 or 7 days, or is it like a couple hours and they're like, yep, that dog's the ugliest. Yeah, this dog is ugly. Do you see this dog?
Yeah. It's
He kind of looks like a gremlin, and maybe Yoda, and maybe E.T. got together and had a baby. Like a
pretty disturbing.
three-way dog
He
baby.
kind of, if you look at just his face, he kind of reminds you of what's Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It is supposed to be
The
Teenage
vibe
Mutant
I
Ninja Turtle
got when I
month.
first saw him, I was like, oh, Splinter.
Master Splinter. Yeah, his body doesn't look much different than Splinter either. He's kind of hefty.
Hind legs.
Yeah, they don't look so good.
Apparently, he can balance himself on his front legs though when his wheels aren't on.
Okay, so he has wheels.
He has
This
tricks.
this is a bionic dog. This is
He has wheels and he has tricks.
Oh man. And
Wow.
he is now crowned the world's ugliest dog.
I
This
mean,
dog
you
is it.
gotta be a proud parent, right? At that point,
Right.
like,
At that point,
you're gonna be
it's
good at something. Just do whatever you gotta do.
it's
you
a
know? You
face
gotta
so
cover
ugly
yourself.
only a mother could love. Oh, it's a dog so ugly only a mother could love.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't say. I didn't read that there was any like they should get. He took home the grand prize, but what's that? Like he should get some money or something for being so ugly, right?
Well, he gets a cup.
Unlimited supply of
Did you see
dog
that?
food.
Did you see that? The
Something,
trophy.
treat? Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Man.
The trophy is like it looks like a cheerleading trophy that you
Right.
you would get if
Right.
you won the best cheerleader.
The picture of them holding him up in front of the trophy, it's like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he was intended to be euthanized as a pup,
Yeah, yeah.
and they saved him, and now he's going on to big things. There is undisputed ugliest dog champion right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Doesn't say anything about any prize money or
No, that's
any
what I'm looking through to see if there was anything for the organizers emphasize the importance of having an event like the World's Ugliest Dog. It obviously is the counterbalance to the Westminster dog shows where it's the prettiest and most primped up dogs. You got to have that counterbalance. Equal rights. They should win the same prize as the Westminster dogs. Just they need to fight for it, just like the ladies now are fighting for equal pay.
Yeah.
We here at the Why I'm Angry podcast are advocating for equal prizes for ugly dogs as
Realistically,
the pretty dogs.
Vanna White and him kind of have similar situations, right?
They should band together and join a coalition of ugly, downtrodden woman dog people.
underappreciated.
Sure you tell her that.
We definitely need to work on this title, but I'm sure there's a way we can kind of get this title to say like "Woe Dog" or something. It could
The
be like
underdog.
Underdog is good. It could be
Underdog and underpaid.
right.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's definitely definitely holds up in the title of Odds Honest Truth. Guess we'll keep you as Honest Abe one more week.
There you go. I retained it.
Retained the title. Not sure why you're the only one that has to keep his title, but
Yeah. Well, I got to work for something. I'm got to keep me on my toes.
yeah, well, I'm not sure what's going on here. All right. So, I've got a couple Florida men. Anybody else got anything? Lady D, you got anything ahead of the Florida man?
No.
No? All right. I got Florida man convicted of double murder slams elbow into attorney's head. The attorney says, I've taken a lot better shots. That's not really the way you thought that article was going, but that's the way it went.
How many years was he about to get sentenced to? Because he just added more time.
Yeah, he's convicted of 2 murders. One's a kid, and one is a family friend. It's before sentencing, so they can still add more time and sentence him to more stuff. So basically, the bailiffs tackled him to the ground right after that. And in court, he goes, I used to box. I've taken better shots than that, the lawyer said.
He elbowed his own attorney, too.
Yeah, he elbowed his own attorney. Not like the convicting attorney, like, look, man, you did this to me. Yeah, he's looking at the death penalty. Yeah. So, he... the defense team.
Oh, his attorney is a female too, or no? Shirley.
No. The last name is Shirley.
My bad. I was like, man, if she is.
Don't call me Shirley.
About taking better shots. I'm like, man.
Right. She used to fight MMA. She worked in a women's prison. She's taking worse shots than that.
Kind of reminds me. Remember, what was it last year? There was that situation where, what was it? The young, was it? I don't remember if she was an actress or she was like just some social media influencer or whatever that tackled the guy or tried to tackle that kid.
Oh yeah, the social media.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it well. And
you know, if you're gonna tackle someone and assault a minor over your cell phone, I mean, learn how to tackle somebody. I mean, this is probably gonna be on national news. You're probably going to have videos out there.
Be on camera.
At least
do it well.
At least do it the right way.
I mean, he could only do so much. He's cuffed.
True. I'm sure he was cuffed, and it was not, it wasn't like he had a lot of choices. So
still, man.
Right.
I mean, like, I feel like you probably practice defending yourself in jail a little bit here or there. I don't know. Throw some.
I don't know. The guy looks like he's fairly old. I mean, he doesn't look like he's a young dude.
I think he's 62.
Was he? I didn't even see his age. I just saw that
61.
he didn't look like. Yeah, he killed an 11-year-old and a family friend. So, yeah, not probably the most mentally stable person.
Right.
I mean, he lives in Florida, and he's in the news being a Florida man. So,
it's your first red flag.
Yeah, 2 major red flags. So, the other headline I had that I really thought was funny is the Florida man won't face charges for firing on pool cleaner he thought was an intruder. So at first I thought, is this like an electric pool cleaner that's like going around and he's drunk and he started shooting at his pool? No, this is the actual man that came to his pool to clean his pool. He fired 30 shots at this person with a rifle. This guy's a stormtrooper. He is literally a stormtrooper. He can't even shoot a 43-year-old person who came to...
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Yeah, who came to clean his pool.
So, 2 things here. First off, how do you miss 30-some shots.
That's what I'm saying.
Second off, if it's your house, you hired this person, you probably know their schedule. Okay, like on Wednesdays, they show up at 2:30 in the afternoon or between this time and this time.
But in his defense, it was at 9 p.m. at night.
Oh, was it? I didn't see that. I
Yeah.
didn't see the time. I didn't see the time.
I mean, did he get a discount because he had a pool cleaner coming at 9 o'clock? Like, this pool cleaner's like, hey, I can't get anyone else to schedule me at 9 o'clock. If you schedule me at 9, I'll give you 30% off. And then the dude just forgot that he had scheduled the guy at 9 o'clock. Yeah, he emptied 30 rounds in 90 seconds. Yeah. A local former Army lieutenant colonel heard everything going on and called 911 concerned that the guy might have wounded somebody. The quote from this guy is, "I shot up the whole effing pool deck." My God.
Oh my God,
did I hurt somebody?
Like, why? I mean, you're shooting a gun. What do you like?
Well, I guess I also don't understand is why did the pool guy not like go ring the doorbell or knock and say, "Hey,
Right.
I'm gonna be in the back. Don't be alarmed." Especially if it's at nighttime.
Yeah, but it's not. It's 9 o'clock. Like, it's just now getting dark here again. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know how Florida is, but it's. I mean, I guess it's not completely dark.
Right. At 9 o'clock, it's not dark, not completely dark yet. Like if you're there to, I mean, I don't know how big the pool was. I'm gonna say if the guy's shooting at people with a rifle, it's probably not a big pool. You know.
I mean, you don't see the
Not
guy
to be like-
carrying in like the net and everything else, like walking into the pool, like oh, this guy's
Like-
gonna break into my house. Like,
Look, that guy with some pool
Uh-oh.
equipment is gonna break into my house. It's got a gallon of chlorine and a giant
don't
net
think
and a
this is
scrub
one of those-
brush.
yeah, I don't think this is one of those Italian job situations where the guy is like trying to cover, you know.
But if
with
it was, this guy has the best cover now. Like, dude
Right.
shot at me 30 times
well, that didn't work out. Like,
with an AR-15. This guy, the one of the local police departments said, "Look, I don't want to engage in Monday morning quarterbacking, but he did wonder whether he needed to keep shooting with his AR-15 after the first 2 rounds." If there's room for discussion, that's where there's room for discussion.
it's an odd situation. I mean, there's security footage and stuff, and that's probably why he's getting off of it. But
Right.
it's an odd situation because you like kind of understand it to a certain extent. At the same time, you know, I don't know. You kind of like they even on the report here it says that they've used the company for years, and
Right.
this one guy was the same guy that has been doing it for the last 6 months. So maybe it was dark and you didn't recognize him. I don't know.
Yeah, they said it's the first
Weird
time he had been that
situation,
late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guarantee he'll call or come to the door next time.
Oh yeah, he's definitely sending a text. Hey, dude, I'm running a little late.
Or he's
Oh,
just gonna
man.
end up. Well, I'm gonna be too late on this one. I'll come back Saturday morning.
I'm coming back in the morning.
He ain't gonna take appointments after 6 o'clock.
right, yeah. He's gonna.
Oh, the sun's starting to go down. Nope, I'm done. It's
I'm
7:30.
gonna be, yeah. It'll be like the Domino's guy where you can track me. I'm in the
least he wasn't
neighborhood. I'm over here. I'm coming around back. Please don't shoot.
All that ammo
Right.
he wasted.
30 bullets. Yeah, he basically wasted a whole box of ammo. That's probably what, like $30, $40 now. almost.
Yeah, I don't know what they're up to now.
Something in that range. I mean, I haven't bought AR-15 ammo in a while, but you know, pretty heavy deal. So, all right. Well, anything else you guys want to go over?
Mm-hmm.
No. Jay Boots, what'd you learn?
I learned that I like Donald J. Putin. Wait, what's his name?
And we didn't even talk about whether Epstein killed himself or not. They just went over that, finished out the investigation. How many years has that been? Like, we've been talking about this. Like
5 or 6
investigations, investigations have taken a turn for the worse. Like COVID stopped people from being able to investigate dead people. Like, the people are dead, they're not getting sick. Like,
it's a proper channels. Everybody's got to be on the same page and get their stories straight, and yeah.
Am I the only one here, like, trying to figure this out? Like, why we're still investigating a suicide 5 years later? If it was just a suicide, they still came up to the conclusion that it was a suicide. Okay, here's the deal. Does it take 5 years to pay them all off? Is that what it is? We had to kill off the people who were going to say no and whistle blow, and we had to pay off those who we could pay off. Is that what happened? It took the 5 years to like pay off the peoples?
Possibly, I guess. There's so many people involved. It was almost 4 years.
I don't think
anyone's getting paid off, but I think that the FBI works for the Clinton Foundation, so
they're getting their money. Somebody's getting paid off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely somebody's.
I know it's not popular, but the FBI work for the Hillary team.
Suicide. Like what more did they research? Over the course of the last 4 years.
Basically, it's concludes sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein's death was enabled by negligence and misconduct. So basically, they were going over that. They were literally going over the what happened in that jail cell that night. Or what people said happened in that jail cell that night. And they still determined that there was no evidence contradicting the FBI determination of death by suicide. Because the FBI is good. They're good at what they do. Like, I mean, obviously, there's no evidence against it.
They left no trace.
So, yeah. So we didn't talk about that. Lady D, anything you learned?
Not to waste my bullets.
Not to waste 30 bullets on the pool guy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good learning.
Always check for a pool net before I start to shoot.
Wait for the scrubby. Wait until you see the scrubby. If you don't see a scrubby, shoot that dude. He's probably robbing you. Yeah. Honest Abe, you survived. You're back. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
All right. Yeah. No. Nope. Not really. I mean, if I ever have an ugly dog, I'm not even going to waste my time putting him in a contest if he doesn't win anything.
Because it ain't going to get close to that crested. Yeah. That was one heck of a deal. If you ever want to throw on a blonde wig and go to Ireland, you have some people.
True.
Yeah. So
thinking I might start a festival for somebody else, really random in like a odd city.
Random person that you that you see.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
In
I
Albuquerque.
pick somebody really good, you know.
I think it's got to be in Albuquerque. Lou Diamond Phillips in Albuquerque. Maybe maybe it's Ice-T in Butte, Montana.
So you get something really off the wall.
Yeah, maybe maybe you're looking for it, but it's got to be like impersonators of people like Snoop Dogg or something, like somebody that's like super tall that you can't really impersonate, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Shaq.
Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like really odd. Yeah. Like that.
Yao
But
Ming.
it's somewhere that you wouldn't expect it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's got to be somebody that's like recognizable to a certain extent too. Like
Yeah. Well, and
that
that
like a feature that's like, you know, that you could pick out of a crowd. Like,
Right,
this
right.
is them for sure. Like Dolly Parton's pretty easy. Elvis is pretty easy.
So Christopher Walken. Yeah. I think Christopher Walken, and we got to do it in like someplace like Miami.
No,
I want to hear Lady
you
D's
gotta do
impression of
Christopher Walken
Christopher
in
Walken.
like Colorado, like in the Rockies,
like
somewhere.
like Colorado Springs, Colorado. We'll do it at Red Rock.
No, that's the challenging aspect.
Christopher Walken.
It's so terrible.
Yeah. I think that's, we need to start this festival. We'll put it on the Facebook page. We'll start gaining some some stuff for it. Speaking of
just
which,
announce it as like a Guinness Book of World Records.
yeah, I
know?
think that's what we do. We can call the Guinness guys as long as you've got a certain amount of people like pre-registered. I think they'll show up. And you pay. I think there's a pay. You got to pay for the person to get there and stuff. The representative.
Oh, jeez.
So, but I think they have
That was quite the
representatives.
expensive ticket for Dolly Parton impersonation thing. I mean, they're seriously.
Actually, you can get to. You used to be able to at least get to Ireland for like $50-$60 if you when you picked up the certain days of the month and stuff like that. So I mean, it might not have been too bad. Yeah, you put them in the jump seat. Well, I mean, if it's the impersonators, then they already have airbags. I mean, it's cool. They're gonna be safe. I know. On that note, make sure that you go to the whyimangry.com and check out the latest merch for the Why I'm Angry podcast. Check out the latest podcasts. Get on and follow, like, and share any place that you get our podcasts. And make sure that you're checking us out all over the interwebs and searching us on Google as Why I'm Angry Podcast.
Remember to follow, like, and share the Why I'm Angry podcast across all social media platforms and anywhere you get your podcast. The Why I'm Angry podcast ends now.